Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'll be showing you everything has been added, changed and fixed in Minecraft Snapshot 24w35a for Minecraft 1.21.2. And so if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft update videos just like this one in the future. And so this week's snapshot is quite a bit smaller feature-wise than the last two snapshots. Now, I did not cover last week's snapshot on this channel, so I will also cover some of the changes from that snapshot in this video to keep you up to speed. And so let's start with the experimental changes for probably Minecraft 1.22, starting with the bundle. So in last week's snapshot, the bundle was changed slightly. The bundle tooltip now fits 3 rows and can always show at least 8 item types. So as you can see, we can now see more items in the bundle, and there's always at least 8 if there's more than 8 item types. You can see 8 right here, and then there's the +5 at the bottom right. And we can add more, and it works just like this, as you can see right here. Once you add one more, then it adds a new row, just like that, and hides the previous row. And so now you can see that if you add an item that was already previously in the bundle, it now suddenly appears there at the top. And in this week's snapshot, what was changed is that you can now only select items through scrolling, and no longer by using the item keys. And they're saying that they did this because it was conflicting with hotkeys used by expert players. And it's now not as useful because, of course, there can be more than 10 items visible in the bundle at a time. Then there's some changes to the Minecart Experiment as well from last week. So minecarts no longer forcibly snap to the center of a block when landing on a rail. That means if a minecart falls from somewhere, it no longer snaps to the center of a block, it just lands wherever it lands. And now they also snap 2 corners along the diagonal. So if you place them on a diagonal, just like this, it's actually placed diagonally. And it also snaps after being pushed by a piston, which allows for piston bolts again. Furthermore, you still cannot stack minecarts by just clicking multiple times like this. But if you use a dispenser, you can now stack minecarts again. As you can see right here, we can stack all the minecarts on top of each other, and then they're all right there. Minecarts now more easily come to rest at opposing slopes, and they no longer tilt during a short fall or when they're falling straight down. And also minecarts no longer phase through blocks on slopes when going up or down, instead colliding. Although I'm not entirely sure if this does work, because as you can see right there, this minecart can phase straight through. So that may need some fixing still. And then as for the third experiment, the Redstone Experiment, they say that redstone wire updates now have a left first preference. This means that if there's a fork in a wire and the distance on both sides is the same, the left side will be updated first. And this removes the random behavior that was added before. So if you use this setup you've seen a million times probably already now, then instead of it being random, whichever piston moves, it's always going to be the left one that pushes, as you can see right there. Unless, of course, the distance is smaller, then it's going to be the right one. Then there's also quite a few general changes. So, for example, there's some changes to the world border. So any projectile that hits the world border will now be bounced back, as you can see right here, instead of going through. Then they also say that the frame rate has been improved when using high render distances. Let's see if that is true. Yeah, that seems quite a good FPS for 32 chunk render distance. And they also say that they significantly reduce the performance impact when turning the camera. Then the recipe book now repeats the last selected recipe when a selected key is pressed. So if you use the recipe book to craft, for example, iron nuggets and then press enter, you will again get the iron nuggets right there every single time. You can also use a space key, and you can click the space key multiple times to add that last recipe into the recipe book, as you can see right here. That's quite a useful feature. Then items which convert into another item after consumption will no longer do so in creative. So if you drink, for example, a water bottle or a honey bottle, it will no longer give you an empty bottle here in the creative inventory. Then raiders must find a place to stand no more than 96 blocks vertically above or below the village center, or a raid will not start. And it is much less likely for raiders to not find a valid place to spawn when raiding. So raid should be slightly improved there. Then the data pack version is now 51, resource pack version is now 36. And there's a few changes there as well, which you can read through. I'll leave the patch notes in the description down below. And there's of course also a huge number of bugs fixed in these two snapshots. For example, redstone lamps now show on maps. Drones will chase you when you're in 1 block deep water now. There's some bee-related bugs that were fixed. There was a small texture fix for the blaze. And of course a whole lot more, which again you can read in the patch notes I'll leave in the description down below. But anyway, there we go. Those are all the changes, additions and fixes of Minecraft Snapshot 24w35a and those of Snapshot 24w34a. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe!